Hello, and welcome to the eighth episode of the Tulpa Summoning Podcast. I am your host, Megas Don Juan, and I am Tulpamancer. Today we got a great show lined up for you. I'm gonna have Michelle Kaisernowski as a special guest for the next few episodes, and we're going to show you how we work together on manifesting tulpas and tulpa phenomenon. Now, I had Michelle on a few episodes back, and she is an intuitive reader, and she also is a quantum healer, and she's just phenomenal. And so like she can access the Akashic records, uh just get an intuitive read on the energy a person is putting out, and just she uh she's overall a good mentor. uh there's a lot of benefits and cool things that uh I learned from Michelle being my mentor over the past year. One of those things was I um when I started the Omega program with Talmadge, uh she helped me heal and get past um what was stopping me from like starting a business, selling Tulpa MP3s. And then in like the first session, immediately I just I was just crying. I was seriously crying because the quantum healing session was so deep, and I was it yeah. So so she's a phenomenal um she's a phenomenal quantum healer. uh Intuitive reading, as far as I know, she's the real deal. uh I don't know if any of my audience knows, but she, or if anybody would happen to come uh come upon her and get in touch with her work. But she also does psychic phone readings. So if anybody were to get in touch with her, uh it, yeah, they might get their mind blown by what she has to say, because I've had my mind blown. So, but I'm bringing her on here, and we're gonna do a series of like a mini series where we're gonna take you through the process of how we work together. And basically what I do is, whenever I have a challenge manifesting tulpas, or healing or getting past a certain obstacle regarding my business or developing and growing as a tulpamancer. uh I go to Michelle and I get a reading, like an intuitive reading. And yeah, I recommend everybody get a reading from Michelle. She is incredible. I'm gonna have her on later on in this episode. We're kind of doing this episode in segments because she's so busy. But what I'm gonna do is um I asked Michelle if she can give me a reading on what I can do to manifest my tulpas, and specifically Jewel the Unicorn Woman and Lily the Succubus. And as you guys may have known, these are I've been able to create tulpa phenomenon where I encounter tulpas on an astral plane, on an astral level. So if I it's kind of hit or miss, but like uh I got a few products in my store where I created these MP3s that are they're like basically the some of the best in the world as far as I'm concerned. These are using the latest technology and like hypnosis that I came across from my mentor Talmage on how to develop these MP3s. And over the years, I've been developing these MP3s. Eventually was like, hey, I'm gonna make a business out of it. And my mentor Talmage was like, cool, I'll help you. And and so he introduced me to Michelle. Michelle's my intuitive reader and quantum healer and mentor. And she she's been piece by piece making it easier for me to have more tulpa phenomenon. Last year, um, I had a bunch of tulpa phenomenon. It just kept on getting better and better and more the more I worked with her. Like every week, I would I used to have like a reading with her, or in some way she was always doing these special readings, and then they were just so phenomenal. So I would get intuitive readings, and then she would sometimes put out these like monthly packages where I would be able to get uh quantum healing sessions done with her. And who knows, um on our second episode, uh I won't we're gonna do a quantum healing session, and then I'm gonna bring her on each episode. We're gonna review, kind of our process. Pardon me, kind of our process of working together. So this is the first episode, And today I'm just gonna just do like show you what it's like uh working with uh my intuitive mentor on how to manifest tulpas, experience tulpa phenomenon. We're gonna see you're gonna take a look behind the scenes and sort of see the process of what goes on. I'm gonna open myself up to you. We're gonna go deep, and hopefully you guys will learn a lot because I know I will. I'm uh, I'm always astounded by how accurate uh and intuitive Michelle is, and it is no exception. So for today's letter I'm gonna read, so I told her to give me a reading on intuitively what to work her magic on. Yeah, just give me an intuitive reading on what I could do to manifest my tulpas, and if my tulpas have any messages for me. And yeah, I'll just jump into the reading that she gave me. She sometimes does recordings, and then she sometimes does she writes them out, but they're always very deep and personal. And I'm always surprised by how incredibly accurate they are. I think I think honesty is the best effort, or the best way to deal with people like Michelle. So be careful what you ask for. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna share with you her letter. So me and um, Michelle was like, let's work on a project together. And then I was like, cool, yeah, let's do a mini series. Um, tell you what, do a reading for me, and then we'll go from there. And this is the reading she sent me. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Okay, so this is the reading. Subject of reading: how to manifest tulpas, and if there are any messages from Jewel and Lily. Those are the tulpas I developed and that I sell in my store. Ah, here we go. Megaston one. That's me. The situation right now, I feel in your energy, is that you're resisting the manifesting stage to the fullest. There are lots that you are doing, but you are not being. That means you are putting a lot of energy and effort into taking the steps, but you are not believing 100% in the outcome. You believe 92%, and you have a lot of passion and drive. But without that 8%, your busy work is just very busy. Manifesting is some part about the action being taken, but most important, it is the energy of the end result that you need to embody. That is the energy that you need to take on so that the universe can work with you and give you more of what you are manifesting. Right now, the universe is giving you exactly what you are manifesting in your being, and also the lack and limitation that you hold on to. So basically, what you believe and the frequency of your thoughts and feelings. The block at this time is your clouded judgment about yourself and your worthiness of being and having what you want. You still hold on to the idea that once you have achieved what you set out to, you will then be this amazing wizard and be powerful. But what you don't realize is that you are that already. There is a link to the energy of yourself in that position already. And you just need to tap into that energy to receive the power and guidance that is already inside you. It is your belief that is stopping you. In the past, you may have tried and not succeeded in bringing your manifestations to light. And now you are trying to play it safe and not get disappointed. You are trying really hard to work on manifesting the tulpas and seeing some results, but you are not in it 100%. And there is still some energy of resistance that is causing the delay. As you carry on in this energy, you will find that the future may still have some struggles and disappointments in getting exactly what you want and how you want it. You may find that you will go wherever you need to go to get the answers you seek. This is a wonderful trait, but it also comes with a warning. You already have the answers inside of you. So I feel this energy is one of seeking and doing. But remember, you also need to be. That is the vibration that brings manifestations to pass. The underlying problem in the energy is that there is a disconnect with your mind and heart. When you perceive things to not go according to plan or as well as you wished, you may feel disappointed. And in that emotion also lies fear and frustration. When you feel off balance, you forget who you are and you stop being the magnificent person that you are. And you feel that you need to find yourself and reinvent yourself. The solution is to look back on your life and see from a different perspective with a new filter, one of love and wholeness. When you look back over your life and realize that there were times that you forgot who you really are, and fill the gaps with love, you will start feeling different about yourself. You may have to forgive yourself and remind yourself that you made choices under the perception of being broken. You are never broken. It is not possible. Only the perception of being broken. So the solution is realizing that your whole life, as you think about it, is filtered through the lens of being broken, and it is only an illusion. You have a story in your mind about yourself, and that story is false. So it is time to rewrite that story. The theme of the energy in the situation is one of finding yourself and also finding truth about yourself. As long as you are looking and searching for yourself, the universe will keep you looking and not fully find yourself. But as soon as you just come to know who you really are, you will be able to step into the energy that you have always been. You have been doing lots of work on your heart, but now is the time to work on your perception and your filter of truth. Then you will be able to make the link. That is, your heart is ready and your mind will be ready, and they will work together. And when they do, you will be unstoppable. Take your time. Really look at the situation and all the pieces of the puzzle coming together for your manifestations. And as you judge them from a place of knowing, and when I say knowing, I mean you know it in your heart and mind, you will be able to see clearly, and manifesting will be easy without any resistance or struggle. Every day, set yourself a goal to be present in your beingness, knowing who you are and be who you are. This might this might take some practice, but keep at it because it will be really worth it. I felt guided by your tulpas in this reading and what they wanted to tell you were in the reading. Their message is clear. Megas Don Juan, you hold the power of your manifestations in your hands. It is time to step up a level and be 100% in the game. Make sure that your heart and mind are balanced and in the same direction of power. That is the only way. Blessings, Michelle. All right. And that is the reading. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Um, I'm gonna bring Michelle on here in a bit, but I just want to say that there's a lot to unpack there. First off, there's a lot to unpack, but there, um, I definitely got some ideas about how to go about handling this, and how I usually go about handling moving forward, and especially with all the tools at my disposal, with all my mentors. Um, so I was I read this letter a few times. I had the opportunity to read this a few times, and I'm just gonna put put out there some things people might want to do, or how I would go about attacking this challenge of mine, and that's just what it is. It's a challenge. Manifesting tulpas is a challenge. This is the real inner work about manifesting tulpas and bringing them into the real world. Um, Even with this podcast, um, I'm opening myself up. I'm becoming more extroverted. Um, I exercise. I got an exercise routine going on. Um, Michelle alluded to being, and so when she talks about being, um, I get the feeling that um I should start living the life of someone who's already manifested tulpas. And, you know, I don't know if anybody has ever read of Neville Goddard's stuff, but I'm a big fan of that of his philosophy of manifesting and law of attraction. And so that's how I want to go about this. Is I want to not I want to get into the vibration of what I would be doing if my tulpas were already manifested. So if my tulpas were already manifested, some things that I'd be doing is I would just carry on with my business. Um, I got a lot of ideas. I definitely wanna make tulpa summoning uh a big thing and introduce it to the world. I think it could help a lot of introverted people out there open up, grow spiritually, mentally, physically. Um, the Tulpa Arts is definitely one where you if you want to get anywhere, you got to put this idea of of, of just being like like I don't want to say like a troll, but yeah, you gotta you gotta grow spiritually, mentally, physically, in your relationships. So, uh, health wise, um, um, you gotta work on all this. So, one of my favorite things to do, is to keep a journal. We got a new product coming out, uh, to help people journal, and I got a very special way of journaling where it's revisionism, where you re-envision the day, you re-envision the experience. Um, I forgot the name of the book, but you basically write, you script your day. So I'm gonna start keeping a journal, and I'm gonna start scripting how what it would be like if my tulpa were to manifest, because I feel like that would put me in the vibration of how a tulpa might manifest. Also, I got an incredible tool that my other mentor, Talmage, um, he invented this product called the Notebook, where I basically write down beliefs in the notebook, and then whatever I write down in the notebook, my subconscious mind will start making that part of my belief structure. And it's a phenomenal hypnosis product that uh Thomas developed. It's called the Notebook. I highly recommend it. So I've been listening to that MP3, um to work on sort of my heart uh based stuff that Michelle alluded to. Um I haven't been listening much to my Tulpa MP3s, just because I've been sort of on a vacation, and then do testing these other MP3s that um Thomas has been creating. that, that's my damn vlog. Like a fanboy of all of his phenomenal work, but it's it it it's my it's my I'm in the business of manifesting and creating tulpas and subliminals. So I need to start doing my own thing. Uh his work is absolutely phenomenal. I want to try all of his MP3s that he produces, and at the same time, uh, work on all of my Tulpa MP3s and manifesting. But um, for these mini series, I'm gonna really put the hammer down, and I'm gonna focus on manifesting tulpas, and we're gonna get some tulpa phenomenon going. I'm gonna start scripting, revisioning. Next episode, uh, we're gonna we're gonna do some quantum healing. Uh, we're gonna talk with Michelle. Pretty soon I'm gonna bring her on, and yeah. um, it should be awesome. Should be pretty cool. All right, we had a sort of time skip from the first part of the episode. Just want to explain that to the audience. But now, I have Michelle on, and I just got done reading the reading she does usually, and now I'm sitting with Michelle. Michelle, I'm very thankful that you took this time. I know you're super busy.
Mhm.
I, I really appreciate it. I there's so much stuff I want to talk about, but I, for the life of me, I was like racking my brain, like what should I talk about? So, um, I don't know where to begin.
Mhm.
What did you think of the reading when you're reading my question and or my energy uh going through it? Let's just start there.
Okay. Um, well, it's kind of like nerve-wracking to start with because I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know uh where the energy is gonna lead me. Every reading is very different. Um, so when I think with my own conscious mind, I get very nervous because I just don't know what I'm supposed to say. And then when I start the process, I kind of like just let go of my conscious brain, of my conscious thinking of what is right or wrong or what Michelle would think. And I just connect to the energy. And then I just go with it. I have to radically trust what comes through. And I surprise myself quite a lot when doing readings. It's like, oh, where did that come from? Oh, yeah, it's like it's not something I would say or think, but I felt I get like this buzz when I do the readings, and then it's like I can't even put words to it. It's just so amazing. And then when I'm done, like I just know when I'm done. Um, and then I send the recording, or if I've typed it out, I send it to the person, and I immediately almost forget what I said in the reading. So it's like I let go of that energy. I have done my part, I let it go, and then so sometimes people come to me and you're like, oh, you remember you gave me that reading and you said XYZ, and I'm like, I did. Wow, that sounds like really good advice, but I can't remember that. No. So as soon as I send it, I forget it. I just let go of it. Otherwise, it will just consume me. So I just let go of it and I don't even remember it anymore. But um, I think it went well. Did
Yeah.
you think it went well?
I thought the reading was amazing. I thought you nailed it. I was like surprised. I'm like, oh, well, I got some work to do. But this question I was just thinking about the other day. I was like, all right, so Michelle, what do you think makes you so intuitive? For me, when I think of you, is that you obviously got like a lot of responsibilities, or you have a big family, and then and then you gotta take care of them. So I'm like, well, you're probably so intuitive because you gotta connect with every part of your family. And
Mm.
I don't know. I was just wondering from your perspective, what do you think makes you so intuitive?
Um, well, growing up, I I used my intuition a lot. But I didn't know it was intuition. I was just daydreaming. And I would pretend like I am speaking to something, and I would get like really good advice. And I practiced a lot. Um, and then a few years ago, close to 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I started journaling. Now, I've always kept a journal, but I don't really like journaling that much. It's boring. But I thought, okay, I needed all my stuff in one place. So I started journaling and I started writing messages to God, to a higher being. And I would just complain or I would just ask a question. And then I would just clear my mind, totally clear my mind. And then it's almost like pretending that you are receiving the messages from God or from a higher source, a higher being. And I would just write that down. And I used to practice that every single day. And it's just become like trusting, real trusting. As soon as I question it or think, oh, did I just think that up? That's when I block myself. Um, and then we both share the same mentor, Talmage. He helped me unlock, I guess, my fear of saying that I am intuitive. He calls it psychic. I still have a little bit of a problem calling it a psychic, but my intuitive ability, he really helped me unlock that. And then he kind of like just threw me in the deep end and he said, all right, so and so has a problem. You do a reading for them so that I can convey the answer to them. And I was like, I don't know what to do. What if I get it wrong? And blah, blah, blah. And he's just do it. And I was like, okay. And I was so nervous. And I just did it. And his feedback was amazing. And he told the person um, what the reading was about. And a few days later, they replied, they came back to him, and he came back to me. And he was like, absolutely spot on. And then he did it again. And he's like, okay, so and so has a problem. What advice can you give them intuitively? And so that has really helped me by pushing me in the deep end and just really trusting. Everybody can do this. Everybody. Because everybody is connected to that oneness of energy. That's what we all are. We all are part of that. And so everybody can tap into that, and everybody is intuitive. It's just a lot of people have come to believe that they are limited, that they don't have this. It's a skill, it's a gift, it's a whatever they call it. But it's actually as natural as breathing and as talking and just as walking and as being. But the thing is, sometimes You just need to practice. And that's what I did. I just started practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. And then it's just trust, absolute trust. So I hope I answered your question. I kind of like went on a little bit of a tangent over there, but
I want to make sure we get this in. Michelle, where can our audience get these intuitive readings from you?
okay.
And get a hold of you.
All right.
I'm gonna be posting your email or whatever contact information on my blog, and
Okay.
then the YouTube video. I'll throw some contact information whatever you provide.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But where
So
contact you
all
and
right, so I will send the information to you, and you can just put it. If this is going to be on YouTube, then they can just go on YouTube and just click on it, and it will take them to all the places where they can contact me. The best place to do it is email. Um, I go under the email of, and my brain is going to shut down now because I have to think quick on my toes. Transformation. Trans Z formation. But I will send that to you. Transformation at gmail.com. Or is it transform today? It's transform today. But I'll send that to you. Another place that they can get hold of me is on Facebook. I have a page, and the page is called Michelle. That's it, Michelle. And there's a photo of me. And I am going to spend a lot of my energy on the Facebook group, well, page this year. There's a lot of things that I'm going to put on there. And on there, I'm also going to do like spontaneous, quick today's deal type of thing, and have like really cheap deals for today. Like if you want an answer to a question, or if you've got one question, this is how much. And it's just going to be a very short, intuitive read for that. And then there's obviously more in-depth things, but I will send you all that. I've also got a newsletter. There is a free newsletter, or you can subscribe. I send out a mostly once a week newsletter with just a whole lot of really interesting information. And then I have a subscription, which sometimes they get even more information. And then also, what I've just added to that is a monthly a group Zoom meeting with a group hypnosis, and just like a very little lesson and question and answer. It's just half an hour, but it's something that was doing really great last year, and I brought that back. So that is for my subscribed members. And to subscribe to my newsletter, to be a paid subscription, it's just $7 a month, or it is $77 for a year, and then you get a month free, or it is $99, then you get the whole month free plus a reading. So that is probably the best deal, to get hold of me, to be in contact, and to also get the monthly group hypnosis, to help raise your frequency and to just step into your power and let go of your limitations. That is my aim for the group hypnosis.
awesome. For for your readings, how much do they usually go, or what readings are you offering right now at this moment?
Okay, so it's January. Um, I I'm a very spontaneous type of person, so it doesn't always stay the same. I like to change things up and just go with what I feel. That's the one thing that I highly recommend when you are trying to do stuff intuitively. When you stay stuck into a box, that's when things get like stale. So for right now, it's January 2023. My full readings are about it's 40 pounds. I don't know how much that is in dollars. I think it's $55. And that is for a full reading, where you would get the type of reading that you read out earlier on. And then on my Facebook page, I will be doing like just like one answer, and it's like £5 for one answer, £8 for two questions, and just smaller deals, smaller amounts. But if anybody wants a just a full reading to know where they are on their journey, what's keeping them stuck, what they need to do next, and just what messages are there from the guides from a higher source, those go for £40. That is UK pounds.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Um, we have about 10 minutes left. Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, we have about 10 minutes left. Um, I want to share some of these unique experiences with readings. But first I want to say the next segment of this kind of sort of mini series me and Michelle are gonna do is we're gonna do hypnosis, right? We're
yeah.
gonna do like a hypnosis session. Yeah. Um, how much are your hypnosis sessions? Are you still doing those?
Yeah, yes, I am. So um they are $200 for a full hypnosis. What is included with a hypnosis, it's like a higher self hypnosis. They get a keyword and then follow up with me. Like I will follow up a few days afterwards, and they can ask lots of questions. And I will also include a mini reading with that. So that is $200.
Okay, yeah. So that is that's what we got lined up for our next episode. Um, before before we let you go, I just want to say that these readings are super neat. Like I have I think I learned about my past life, one of my past life, which was tragic. But it was so interesting. I never been more like spellbound in all my life, just wrapped on the edge of my seat, like, oh my God. Like that was my past life. I never had a past life reading before. And the way you explained it is like a life pattern. You were able to go to the Akashic record and figure that out, right? So you
Yeah.
do that sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's very interesting that it doesn't always come through, but when it needs to come through, it comes through. And then it will be included like in the reading. Like sometimes people would probably like want it, but if it doesn't come through, I can't force it, because that is just going with the trust and the guidance and the messages that I receive. So when they are in the place of receiving it, they're in the right place to receive it. Sometimes and usually, yes, something from a past life will come through. And it's not necessarily just, to entertain you and to say, hey, look what happened to you. Usually there is a reason for it. There is something that something that you are holding onto, a pattern now, and you cannot understand why you have this pattern, it helps you understand where you picked it up, why you picked it up, and then you can see how it is still playing. That same energy pattern is still playing in your life today. And with just knowing that, it's easier for you to like drop it, to work through it so that it's that pattern change.
Yeah. Also, I had this other experience that when I say Michelle is the real deal, I really mean that she's the real deal.
Mhm.
She contacted me one day. She was like, "Hey, I got this uh impression or like something like to just like, you know, strong feelings to drop you this message because we were on a monthly program, but like I remember I had like a very vivid like dream that I was in a parallel universe. I know I'm kind of out there, but she emailed me the same day, and she was like, Jesse, I'm getting this like I'm being pulled to like tell you about this parallel universe where when you are with your tulpas, uh and then um she started to elaborate on that, and then yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but you get these you, you get these like pushes sometimes to just like you need to hear this, or I for some reason
I
I
think,
got this
I,
message.
yeah, well, I think because we were doing lots of work together, there is like an energy connection.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, so sometimes I do get just a little like push towards something that I need to tell you or something to bring to your awareness. But that's just, I think, also because we have been doing lots of work together and I have that energy connection still open to you. So, yes. And I think that the more I do work with people, I would just, it's just like part of your friends. When I work with people, I like to connect. You know, it's a human connection, and I like to connect to people, human to human, and that's why I like doing the recordings. I do most of my readings over recording, so you can hear my voice, so that you can, you know, it's not just um, typed words. You can hear my voice, and you can hear how I use my tone. And um, sometimes I would just like say something and I get very passionate about it, and they're all like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But that's why I like to record, because it's a connection. And when you can connect to me, your energy just opens up so much easier and quicker for me to connect to it. And I just feel that because you trust me, that connection is open, that energy is open, and when there is a message that I feel that I need to give to you, then it's just easier for me. It just comes to me and I'm able to give it back to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. We got a few minutes left before I gotta let you go. I just want to highlight another awesome awesome thing that you could reveal in your readings is you actually did a reading once where you went through my spirit guide team, and then you explained to me one of my special spirit guides was like a bear,
Mm.
Can you explain to people the possibility of that coming through? Or
Oh
uh,
yeah, once again, that was just if that is ready and needed for the time. So sometimes um I don't know what's gonna come through in a reading. Sorry. But it was a time that I was doing specific spirit team readings, and yeah, and I remember connecting very strongly to one of your guides that came through as like a bear. And the thing is, to me, it sounds funny. It sounds weird. Like, oh, if I say, it's coming through as a bear, and you're like, how's this person going to react to it? And the thing is, you reacted very well. You connected to what I had to say. So, that
because
just
I
shows,
had a dream about a bear like
yeah.
earlier that week, and then I didn't even tell you about it. And then you're like, I'm getting this energy about your bear, and I'm like, are you crazy? I just dreamt of a bear.
Yeah, no, so it's it's radical. Whatever comes through, and it means if it comes through, the person is ready to hear it. So sometimes there is past life, sometimes it is spirit guide, sometimes it is whatever it is. But the thing about the readings and the energy is to help the person step into their power. Yes, a lot of times people use these readings as entertainment, but there's so much more to it. It really helps you know where your energy is being stuck right now, what patterns in your energy are playing over and over and over, and then you are experiencing that. And then what is your strengths and where are you receiving help right now? And then what to help you actually get over these obstacles and carry on the path that you are meant to be on, or a path that you want to be on, so that you are able to achieve your goals and realize that you are more powerful than what your limiting beliefs have told you up to this time. So whatever the person needs to hear usually comes through into a reading. So that's fun. It's interesting. It keeps me on my toes. But yeah, it's good. It's all good.
Awesome. Okay, that wraps up our show for today. Michelle, I want to thank you for coming on. It is very interesting talking to you. Thank you for taking the time to do this. This has been the 8th episode of the Tulpa Summoning Podcast. I want to thank everybody for listening. Stop by tulpasummoning.com, sign up for our newsletter, check the blog and the podcast page, and then for to sign up for Michelle's information, I'll be posting that on the blog and then the podcast page. And then underneath like the YouTube details, I think I could post how to get a hold of Michelle as well. And so that's it for today. I hope everybody has a wonderful rocking day. Michelle, has been fascinating. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
All right.